Hi, so this is my presentation called How I'm Going to Get Banned from Zynga, and it's a look at intercepting and modifying web application requests, specifically on Facebook games and more specifically on the Words with Friends web application. So as I mentioned, this is about the Words with Friends web application. It's a Facebook game, and if you don't know, it's very similar to Scrabble. Um, it's sort of a social game that you can play with your friends, gain points, play different words for different varying letter values, pretty much exactly like Scrabble, just through the Facebook connection with the social graph. So this presentation is going to be looking at this game in particular, and but more specifically on how to cheat at this game by intercepting some of the web application requests that go back and forth between it and the servers. So the first thing we have to understand is how the plays are made. So you enter a word. In this example, we use the word safe, S-A-F-E. You hit the play button. The word is validated, and then it asks you whether you want to send this move for sure, or if you want to cancel it and try a different word. But the point that we're going to be focusing on here is that the word needs to be validated. So what if we can change the text of the word and Zynga doesn't want us to know? In order to do that, we need to understand how exactly these words are validated. As you can see here, this is the mobile version of the web application Words with Friends. So I decompiled this. This is the Android application decompiled, and as you can see, there's a list of all the acceptable words that can be played in the game. So in order to conserve network traffic, that sort of thing, the words on the mobile app are actually validated on the client side before they're played. However, in the Facebook app on the desktop side, these words need to be sent off to a server in order to be validated. So exactly how are these words validated? Well, if you look here, they're actually done through a GET request to the URL zingawithfriends.com, API, word or not, and then the word. Now, this sort of got me thinking because I'm wondering, can we alter this URL on its way out and trick Zynga's servers into thinking that we're playing a valid word when we're actually not? So how did I find this? The first thing that I did in order to check out this web application was I opened up Firebug in Firefox. It's an add-on. I think it actually comes installed by default. And it basically allows you to observe all of the traffic that's going back and forth between the browser and the internet. So when I played the word, I noticed this interesting GET request being displayed. And as I just showed in the slide before, it's going to this URL word or not / the word. So I examined it a little closer and I realized that it's an XML HTTP request that's being sent out. And the next thing I started to wonder was, can we actually alter this word before it's validated? So if we look at the response that we get from Zynga, when we play a fake word, IDTK, you get a response failed words. However, if we play a real word, IRE, it returns just the word. So the next thing that I did is I opened up another extension for Firefox called Tamper Data. And Tamper Data allows you to modify the headers in a HTTP request before it's sent off to the servers. However, there was a limitation with this add-on because it does not allow you to actually enter or edit the URL before it's sent off as a GET request. So we needed to use a little more complicated application, and it's called WebScarab Lite. And what this application does is a Java program, and it serves as a web proxy that sits between the web app and the internet. So it runs in the background. You change your proxy configurations within Firefox to 127.0.0.1 and your port to 8008. And this application sits there and it intercepts all of the requests as you specify. And you can then pause and modify these requests before they're sent out, and then you get the changed responses back. So we're going to look at that, and it's a demo in a little bit, but we're going to keep going here in this presentation first. So in order to intercept this data, we opened up WebScarab, we enabled the interception of requests, and then we played a fake word, WSAPARLA. And when you press the play button, the intercept program actually displays the URL that it's going to. And what it does is it pauses this interaction and allows you to edit it as needed before you can click accept changes and apply the changes that you've made to this application or to this intercept response. So what we need to do is we need to change this fake word, WSAPARLA, to a real word that Zynga would recognize as being correct. So suppose we change this to just the word word. Word's a valid word. So we can actually go in and we can edit this particular part of the URL to word, and then click accept changes. One additional edit that needs to be made is after you click accept changes there, you're going to see another response coming, or request going out. And here you need to edit the move words section to the new word that you entered, and then click accept changes again. And what will happen is Zynga and the servers that are doing the validation will actually see this new word that you entered rather than the fake word that you played. So you'll still get the number of points for the fake word, but the only thing that's being changed is the validation. So you can see here that it successfully played and tallied up my points. So some future things, and I apologize, this is cut off. It says future if I'm not banned yet. Some future things that I'm looking at doing is creating a Chrome extension that actually uses the new experimental feature called Web Request API to make an extension that basically does this for you. And I'm doing that just sort of as a proof of concept kind of thing. I'm also going to be looking at other Zynga games as well as some other games and applications on Facebook to see how they're sending off requests and receiving responses. And possibly do a man-in-the-middle style attack that would cause other users on the network and intercept their requests and cause them to play random words. So that's a little more complicated, but it's something that's plausible. You can also edit the scores just as easily as you can edit the word. You can edit the score as it comes back. So instead of receiving, say, 10 points for a simple word, you could change that to 50 or 60 points. And as always, I'm going to be challenging some unsuspecting Facebook friends and make them wonder exactly what the heck's going on. So as promised, we're going to look at the a demo here real quick. So I have here, and open in Firefox, the Firebug extension opened up, and you can see all the different requests that it's making. When you click play, you'll see down the bottom here that it's validating the word or not, fire. Now I'm not actually going to send this off because I want to play a fake game, but what we are going to do we're going to start up this program called WebScarab, and we're going to show you how we intercept requests. Okay, so this is what this tool looks like, and as you can see here, you can click intercept requests. We're going to uncheck that for a second so we don't get overloaded. Back in Firefox, we're going to go to Preferences, Advanced Settings, Network Configuration, and set our manual proxy configurations as 127.0.0.1 and port 8008. Click OK to accept those changes, and we're going to go back to here, intercept requests, and we're going to hit play, and you'll see immediately that we can change this word. Actually, you know what? Let's play a fake word so we can actually prove what's going on here. Okay, so as you can see, this is not a real word, but if we change it to ire and accept changes, it's going to accept that as a valid word, and you're going to send the move. Now this comes up, you need to change that, accept changes there, and a couple other things are going to pop up because it's making additional requests in the background as well. And boom! It allowed me to play the word. Okay, so that's all there is to it. As always, if you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment, and thanks for watching.